get the drainage committee meeting started. Let the record reflect that all members are present. Item number 1. Request approval to move forward with the Maury Canal.
We've been talking about this for some time and nothing's getting done, so I would like to tonight, if at all possible, engage as Providence engineer, which they had the best narrative for the Maury corrections, which we've been suffering there, the people there for 200 years, and no engineering firm has ever done much to satisfy completely. And their narrative was, in my opinion, very good. And they even had it better than what I expected when I further reviewed them. So I would like to hire them as our engineering firm for that project. I've seen some other engineering in this parish and it's ridiculous, some of it. And I want to see what they can do. If I can get a second to my motion.
Is that project not out to bid right now?
No, that's the Lord, Texas Canal.
I thought that project was.
It was sent to the paper. It was sent to the paper. It's supposed to publish next week.
I want to start it.
Whatever it is,
To hire those
Thursday.
people because they had the best narrative. And
Understand.
some of the engineering firms didn't even mention the Maury when they had a parish-wide review. Shit.
The alphabet, not for RFQ then.
No, y'all scored.
They
They were
scored
scored
already.
and selected.
Okay. Yeah, who was selected?
I'm not sure who was selected.
No, the engineering for that was already completed using local dollars. What went out for RFQ was to do, a modeling of the area to determine if that solution was the best solution for the area. Mr. Bro decided he didn't want to move forward with that modeling.
No, I didn't.
Right.
Because I know the model. You know,
So
what
we
gravity
can't-
drainage
So
there,
that
I
was
never had
canceled.
it.
The RFQ was canceled.
That's why I want to extend it.
We never activated that contract.
Right.
But there is a contract in place right now for the engineering for that drainage project that has already been paid for. It's completed and I believe it's out to bid right now.
Believe. I don't believe so.
Well, the
I
engineer's
don't
not here to
believe
tell
so,
me.
hell, and nothing's happening. That's why I want to move forward.
All right,
tonight.
let's,
Damn it.
is Joseph coming tonight? Is he coming?
Probably not. You never should have.
All right, let's move this to a regular meeting. And, we'll vote on it. See if he shows up.
Yeah, but let's do it. Let's
Alright.
do the meeting.
I'll move item number 1 to the regular. Item number 2, request approval to reappoint Mr. Derek Domain to the Notch Subdivision Gravity Drainage District number 11.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Mathern.
Second.
Second by Mr. Patterson. All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3, request approval for project 93-199 overage. What you got here, Ron?
That's for recording fees, advertising and recording.
Advertising, recording, plot bill, drainage project, $105. Motion,
Still got it, yeah.
motion by Mr. Carter. Second by Mr. Mathern, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Right. Item number 4, request approval for the following labor allocations previously omitted. A, project 93-288, cover replacement at 256 Cindy Street. Project 93-245, sweep outfall lower culvert on Law Street.
So I need to add $600 for the Cindy Street project and $800 to the Law Street project to accommodate labor. They were left off the estimate when they were created.
Was it no labor or not enough?
I didn't have any labor on it.
If you want that.
Why are we taking labor out of the drainage?
Because that's the only way we can allocate for the budget.
He's, on Center Street 92,560.
What's the amount for Lower Street?
$800.
Yeah.
You good with it, Leroy?
Yep.
Jeff, you good with?
Yeah, I gave her what project to get out of, said, yeah, well, give me
Make that motion.
I'm good
I'll
for
make a
that.
motion. Thank you.
Motion by Mr. Mathern,
Second.
second by Ms. Spur, all in favor?
Right.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Spur, you wanna go back to
Whatever you want to do.
item number
Let's go
one?
back.
All right, item number one, request approval to move forward with the Monterey Canal. Mr. Sablon?
As reported at the last meeting, we did deliver plans to Mr. Blankenship today. That project will be in the paper and scheduled to bid for October first is the actual bid date.
Was that your bid date?
October first.
But you have been hired as the engineer for that job.
Yes, sir. That was the scope for the Monterey Canal pump station drainage improvements, which included relocation or reconstruction of a bar screen, improvements to the pump station, cleaning of the outfall canals, cleaning of several canals leading to the project. There's been that scope's been ongoing for quite some time under the previous juror and Mr. Pro included.
What? Did you say?
So,
I said it included some of the scope changes and so forth that we've discussed over the years with you as well.
What engineering company you have for that? Engineer.
I am the engineer.
No, I'm talking, well, yeah, I got you. Who are you gonna get as a contract?
It's going out to bid, sir.
And that's for the complete Murray.
Correct. That's the scope of work as defined in the contract, which was,
And you included from Oakley Road north.
some of that was already excavated by the parish.
When?
I don't know when they did that, that money
100
was
years
allocated.
ago?
No, sir, the money was allocated, actually, they took money from the engineering to pay the labor to excavate that canal. So I'm not sure when the parish did some of that work or if all of it's done.
Woods. Have you been down there?
Yes.
When?
The Monterey pump station, I probably went there about a month ago. To the pump station itself, have I gone and surveyed all of those canals? No, sir, that was not within the scope of my project.
Gotta get somebody to do it.
Well, that's entirely up to you all. This is the approved scope that the
How much you
juror.
charge us so far on this?
I'd have to go back and look, as I've told you, I've already remitted $40,000 in fees back so that you could do such labor. I'll have to look. It's broken across two contracts for both Monterey and Lower Texas. I think I'm billed at 75. I don't know if I'm even at 75% yet on design, but we did turn in the final design.
So Charlie, you have that. So since it's not including that scope, you have an additional 22,560.45. We'll draw out the project, utilize that as the labor that's already allocated.
That's why we allocated.
Oh, well,
the funds.
When will we move on it?
Well, we'll have to rearrange some machines, but I can't give you
Rearrange
an
more than
exact
that?
date.
Rearrange some people. Can't rearrange that machine.
No, we got both machines on and we operating both of them on another project at the
I
moment.
don't see it.
And as part of that total scope of work, if you remember, that was the Monterey and the Lower Texas project. Just for informational purposes, we received bids on the Himalaya Canal today. It wasn't placed on the agenda because we didn't receive them till this morning, and there was no way to get that on the agenda. So we're just recommending that they be taken under advisement at this time.
It's damn hard to take trees out of a damn canal, man.
We received bids today, sir.
Bullshit, man. That's all bullshit.
It's not. I can show you the bids we received. It's been out for bids for 30 days.
30 more damn. They've been saying 30 days for the last 2 years.
I have the bids in my hand,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, well, it's a good place for it, keep it there.
I told you that 2 years ago, Mr. Charlie.
I'll put it somewhere else.
Right. What you wanna do with this?
I wanna go with Robinson Engineering,
You wanna cancel,
damn right.
make
I
a
gotta
motion
move
if
forward.
somebody second?
I'm tired.
Look, I've completed the engineering. I have not submitted all of
I
my
hadn't seen
invoices.
anything either.
I will be submitting my final invoices. Please just direct me as to what you want to do. I was directed to put the Himalaya Canal out to bids. We put it out to bids. We received those bids today. It is ready to move forward. If you all choose to cancel that project, or if you choose to rescope any of this other work, that's entirely up to this jury.
You gotta start, you get the bid right there, you got to start all over again.
Man, that's what we've been doing for 2 years, starting all over again.
We have to follow the federal guidelines as set by Go Mesa. I
I
cannot.
can't get shit from federal government either, man.
Just easy for him. He got paid for doing nothing pretty much.
That's about it. Nothing happened.
Well, that's always the case. Keep
I'm
hard.
saying, I'm tired. I would like to go with this other engineering firm. They gave me a
For the record,
good,
I will not
description
stand,
of the
I
whole
will
damn
not
Monterey
stand for
area.
any further
I never seen anybody
defamation
up
of my
there, man.
firm. I was hired to do a job. I was contracted to do that job. I performed that job. I did not charge additional fees. In fact, I'm the only firm that's remitted fees back to this jury. So any further discussion regarding that will be taken as a libelous statement.
What you wanna do, Mr. Pro? You got a motion? You making a motion right now or
I'd
not?
like to get this engineering firm to do the project. I know they're gonna do it right.
I allocate money for it.
From what they wrote down on my program.
Where you get the money from?
We got the money there.
Where?
Year and a half.
Where?
Maury,
You can't select a firm out of, and to pay for it out of federal money without going through the procurement process.
You got 22,500.
That's labor.
Well, you could reallocate that
you
to
know me,
the.
I'm gonna rent a damn machine and go do the job myself. Shit.
All right, no action?
No.
All right, no
I
action.
never had action there for the last 200
You
years.
listened to me 2 years ago.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Mr. Blanchard,
Second.
second by Mr. Carr. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.
442, we'll get the personnel committee meeting started. Let the record reflect all members are present. Item 1, discuss the recommendations of the parish manager.
I provided all you guys with a chart, and this is how I wish to move forward.
Questions?
What is that new job title?
Collateral, am I able to comment on it?
Sure, I mean, yeah.
Which one?
Unless y'all wanna go to the back?
No, we're
No, we're talking
No, you can't.
positions, not people. We can comment on positions.
It's lead man. Not a supervisor or,
What's the new job title?
Equipment operator 3, drainage
Where you
project
see it?
estimator, right here.
does it?
Just to discuss it.
I'm not in favor of
Any
this.
questions?
I'm not in favor of this chart.
Michael, what's your opinion?
But it's his recommendation, it's his department.
Okay. Anybody got any discussion on?
Do you have the the job descriptions ready on how you would transfer what roles and responsibilities to who?
I have
When you
one of them,
eliminate that
with-
position?
I have one of them with me at this time.
Which one is that?
That's the 3 and project estimator.
Who you do with assistant manager?
Correct.
So the existing roles that the assistant parish manager has, you have another job description that's gonna absorb
Correct.
those.
So Ron, what happens if one day you're not here? and
Same
you
thing
get
that always
fired?
happened before.
What is-
Operations continue. The general foreman of drainage and road and bridge always took that position to move forward with it.
I think you have too much to do in your office, too much to take care on with the office side of things. I think we need someone out in the field overseeing daily operations every day.
That's what your general foreman should do. He's gonna be held accountable. That's what that job should be. He should be in the field monitoring the people.
What you wanted your job to be as an assistant parish manager back then?
I'm not going
That you
there.
complained about for years and years?
I'm not going there.
No.
This is for the discussion, number 2 is for the doc.
Any more discussion?
I feel that we need someone in the field each and every day, taking care of daily operations. I'm against this recommendation.
Well, number one, let's discuss it. We'll move on to item number 2, adopt recommendations of the parish manager.
I'm making a motion to approve the parish manager's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Nakam,
I make a counter motion. I'm a counter motion that we remove Mr. Blankenship from parish manager and we seek out, open up for, applications for parish manager.
all right, we have a motion on the floor, Mr. Carter, counter motion by Mr. Ponville,
There's a second for Mr. Pondville's motion.
second for Mr. Ponville's motion.
Guys, for lack of a second, I need to vote on the first.
My motion was.
Motion by Mr. Nakam, approve the manager's recommendation, second by Mr. Carter, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays?
Yeah.
Or you're not on the committee.
The name was Leroy. Or which,
Ours not on the committee.
Ours not on either.
Larry,
who
you want
members
to
they
commit?
are.
Leroy and Jamie nays. Mr. Nakam, Chris. Mr. Carter's yea, and I vote yea. Pass. Item 3, adopt public work order system policies and procedures and incorporate it into the personnel manual.
I provided a flow chart for it, and I also, give a list of policy and procedures on how it would actually transpire through the department. It just gives you a general idea of how it would flow. And then there's attached a policy and to put in place for certain activities to be,
You figured this would help you out a lot.
absolutely. Because that's where we generate our water reports from. As they're doing jobs that are not related to projects, it gets documented through the system and then it's added to the water report.
Did you start implementing any of this?
Yeah, we've been generating and going. It was still functioning as a request, but once this is approved, now it's gonna have to be created into a work order, which generates a number, and then it goes from there. And it comes back, all the way back to the front, and then she puts it on our road, Miss Emma puts it on our road board. This is a lot more effective, and it incorporates that the general foreman has to add verbiage to it and what the job pertains, then he hands off the work order to the individual performing the job and or more work orders, depending on what it is. It could be multiple in one day in that location. It's streamlined.
I make a motion to adopt policy.
Motion by Mr. Carter. Second by Mr. Nakane. All in favor? Any nays?
Nay.
Motion passed. Item 4, receive and discuss personnel-related matters with outside legal counsel. Mark Boyer with Boyer, Abear, and Argel LLC.
Yes, gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Mark Boyer. He's here to discuss potentially being engaged as outside counsel to do a deep dive on our policy and procedure manual. As you know, as of late, we've had substantial amounts of reviews of this particular manual, in addition to some personnel items. So I think it would be imperative for us to bring in outside counsel that has been highly recommended from our local claims adjuster to bring in someone to just review these policies, to give us some guidance moving forward. And Mr. Boyer is here just to introduce himself, and hopefully we can move forward with a letter of engagement. Go ahead, Mark.
Thank you. Good evening. Again, my name's Mark Boyer. I'm from Brobridge, a town not much different than this one here. But I've lived for the last 20 years or so in Denham Springs, and I have an office in Brobridge. I have an office in Denham Springs. We have 12 attorneys, and we spend a significant amount of our time representing governmental entities. I spend probably 70% of my time representing school systems, specialty districts, some cities, and some parishes. I had an opportunity today to meet with Ms. Torres for a little while, Mr. Diaz and Mr. Blanchard, along with Mr. Calabro, and talked about your policy manual and your employment practices here. I think I could assist you in maybe making things a little bit more consistent, streamlined, and most notably, it was apparent to me after just a short period of time that Ms. Torres knows a lot about this parish. She knows a lot about the ongoings of your human resources and your employment practices. Well, at some point, she's going to retire, and I think you guys need to get that down in writing, the processes and procedures she has in place, so that whoever takes her place at some point in the future can add a little bit more continuity than what would otherwise be the case. I'm happy to help you guys to the extent you need me. I think I can offer something to you. But obviously, that's up to you and whether or not you see a need. Happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay.
Gentlemen, just so you're aware, prior to Ms. Torres coming aboard, we didn't have a policy and procedure manual. Since I've been here since 2015, we've tried to beef up that manual as much as possible. But again, you understand that I do a lot of things for the jury. My expertise is not HR. Every time we have an issue, we have to go to some outside counsel. Loca, who handles a lot of our insurance coverages in relation to personnel related items, always says that, you know, as far as us moving down that path, it would behoove us to move in a direction where we have someone to deal with on a day-to-day. That's where Mr. Boyer would come in here, in addition to ramping up our policy and procedure manual. When we look at a strategy of how we move forward on all of this, I always go to number one, what type of ordinances we have in place and what type of policies we have in place. We need to have the biggest umbrella for the rainy day. That's what Mr. Boyer brings to the table. So I am asking if there are no questions for Mr. Boyer, for him to just go through as far as what the engagement may look like. And then if we could move forward with potentially engaging his services, we could then set up a time for him to meet with Ms. Torres and myself to develop a way to review those policies and get this put before you for future consideration.
Do we have
It's gonna probably have to be allocated between general fund and 1%. To capture all the departments that we have, road and bridge, drainage, all of them.
And this is for every department, gentlemen. This is not just for one particular department. This is going to be for our policy and procedure manual. So like I said, this is imperative that we do this now. So that way we have a strong foothold moving forward. And we're covered, in the event of, moving down the path of, people leaving our system. We want to make sure that we are covered in the event of that occurring.
Without a doubt, agree with you, Mr. Calabro. For years, we operate on a personnel manual and updated, but, your eyes are not on it. We probably need some good set of eyes looking at it, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, and give us some good recommendations. So with that being said, I'll make a motion that we proceed with the dialogue and sit with Ms. Torres and yourself and come up with a plan, come up with a price and take it from there.
And
Do
can
we
you-
engage in his services tonight, or do they just have dialogue?
Can you bring a structure as far as the contract, what that would look like, and then what the ag allows you to charge versus what you would be looking at charging us, Mark?
Yeah, what I would do is I would submit a terms of engagement that sets out the engagement of my law firm on your behalf and how it works. When we spoke earlier, I proposed an hourly fee of $185 an hour. The Attorney General's office would allow me to get as much as $225 an hour. But again, and as we all talked earlier, I understand the budgetary constraints of our parishes and our governmental entities. And as a firm, we've always tried to step that down a little bit. I think 185 is reasonable. I have 26 years of experience. In addition to the employment law and personnel law type matters, I've been practicing in the workers' compensation court for 26 years. I've handled liability cases for 26 years. So I think I could lend a little bit to that as it overlaps with personnel. But again, it's up if you guys think you need me, and think we have something to offer, we'd be happy to work with you. As a first step, I think it'd have to meet with Ms. Torres for an extended period of time and just understand the different departments, the different layers of the parish and the jury, and figure out how we can make it consistent across all. Again, I hope I've answered your question, Michael, but
Yeah.
that would be the terms of it.
And I'd like the motion to include acceptance of the letter of engagement, authorize the president to sign, and then authorize the secretary treasurer to meet with Mr. Boyer. Prior to any recommendations being put into place, they would, of course, come back to us, present to the full jury for review, to the personnel committee and to the full jury prior to enactment of any recommendations that they put forward. But this will be an important first step for this discussion, but we obviously need to engage his services prior to having him meet with Ms. Torres.
All right,
That's your motion, Jeff?
that's my motion.
Motion by Mr. Nakane, second by Mr. Blanchard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion passed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion adjourned.
Motion adjourned by Mr. Nakane, second by Mr. Carter. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays, meeting adjourned.
It is 4:59. We will call to order the Finance Committee meeting. Let the record reflect all members are present. First item, request approval of list of bills submitted through August 22nd, 2025.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Nakane,
Second.
second by Mr. Carter. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Request approval of the budget comparison statements for July 2025. They're all included in your packet.
Any changes, Ms. Torres?
Well, I mean, they have notations on it, but most of the things we've addressed, no need for any formal plan of action at this time.
Motion to accept our report.
Motion accepted by Mr. Alcorn. Second by Mr. Carter. All in favor?
Aye. Motion,
Opposed? Motion carried.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Mr. Pondville. Second by Mr. Alcorn. All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Finance Committee meeting adjourned.
All right, we'll call engineer and grants committee meeting to order, record reflect all members are present. First item is update from GIS engineering. Start with Joe Lamar, Bertrandville, Belrose, Pottville, and Laportville. Joe
Wayne
Lamar.
Bay on GIS engineering. Joe Lamar, we did see the RFQ. So we're gonna respond to that accordingly. Bertrandville, we've completed the substantial completion. I got Miss Tawanya, the copies to get recorded. From the recordation date will be a 45-day clearing period. I also brought the pay application number 3. And then when the 45-day clearing period expires, then they can apply for fine retention, get that straight. Belrose Lane, just waiting on the parish for that direction. Plottonville, we're processing certified payrolls as we receive them from the contractors. And the Laportville drainage project, I was on the call with them prior to, and I left here. We're still working on the modeling to try to address some areas of concern that was still showing up in the model. So large area, 4,500 acres, and we wanted to make sure that we address not only places of high impact where South of Bruin Road, that area, but we want to make sure that we were addressing any other areas by re-diverting water and things of that nature. So we want to make sure we get it right.
The
Probably
timeline on
within
that?
a week,
Within a week or so?
within a week or so, the report will be finalized. And our recommendations, we'll provide that to the parish and we can go from there. Any questions?
Any questions? No questions, no action, no actionable items, good? Thank you, Mr. Valle.
Thank you, sir.
Update from the Planners Design Group, Gerald Street levy, rain levy at Port Bell River.
Brad Hester with Planners Design Group. Regarding Gerald Street levy, last week, as you guys know, we provided an update. Project remains on hold. However, Joe did tell me today that we have interest in going forward with the variance request. Myron, I can get with you, maybe later, get it in writing, number one, and then execute that process. I don't want to go too deep into what we're going to specifically need, but we'll need access to basically accounting. And what we're going to explain to the state is what economic hardship the parish is going to face, then move forward with having to pay those, right? The second thing would be the residents and what type of hardships they would face without the levy. Third thing we can do to drive everything home is the existing alternatives analysis, which was the original justification, already explains the need. We don't need to waste any time doing that, right? Flood risk reduction. So the second thing really we're gonna have to do is displaying if we redesign this thing, it's still just as impactful, it's still just as expensive, and it's still gonna cost y'all, if not more money. Now, I do know that we did design some cost benefit analysis, so there's some connective tissue we can likely pull from that, but really what we need to drive home is if we have a future with or a future without, and how much is this gonna take out of the parish to get it done? So we'll work with y'all, try to get this abbreviated and done quick. The main thing here with time sensitivity and the risk that prices go up, right? We gotta do 30 days, number one. My main concern is getting that justification supplied to the state. So first things first, get it in writing. We're doing it, we're moving forward with it. Then we'll go ahead and we'll submit the variance request, which I believe previously is a $350 charge, 30-day notice, and then that justification document. So we'll do kind of a pseudo justification cost benefit analysis, future with, future without action, and try to fight the good fight to get y'all out of that. I believe it's gonna be 3.89 for the state. So we'd still, look, understand this, we'll still be on the hook for what the Corps after. But we potentially could remove the requirement to have to buy the super expensive Cypress LDNR credit. So I know that's what we can try. We can throw our hat at it and see what comes out. But first things first, we'll require that in writing. And then whomever I'm gonna be working with, I'm assuming it'll either be Kim or the parish accountant. Just again, we need rough costs, what, at the end of the year, what y'all are gonna be shortfall, that type, and we can do a comparison if without. Regarding, and to shift gears here, regarding the ring levy design, I talked to Joe this morning. We still owe you a task order update. Last week, I did provide the KMZ locations for the, I believe CJ Savoy's 5 in 1 platform. There's 5 pumps, one platform, and I believe the 8 that we permitted for y'all back in 2024. So we still owe you that, and we'll have that to you. From what Joe told me, we'll have designs next week or the following. So no later than 2 weeks. All right.
So we'll get together soon.
Yeah, give me a call. I'll reach out to either Jamie or Leroy, or I'll have Joe reach out to you and I'll communicate what we need and we'll get started as fast as possible. Try to do this on the cheap and try to do this fast for y'all, okay? Did y'all have any other questions for me while I'm up here?
Brad, we approved the resolution at the last meeting
Y'all-
authorizing, so is that sufficient for you, what you're referencing in writing?
How it's initiated is it has to be shown interest and the applicant has to attest to it. Now, we could theoretically speaking, if y'all just say, go ahead, verbal, write up something showing our interest, we can just do that. I kind of like to get it in writing, but again,
That's what I'm saying, the resolution is in writing, is
It
that,
is
is
in
that
writing.
not sufficient?
I
We
wasn't
adopted a
provi-
resolution at the last meeting.
no, if it was passed at resolution at council, that's good. That's enough.
Okay,
That's all I
I'll
need.
get
I'll
that
pull,
too.
okay, perfect. If not, I can pull the record for you.
Anybody else?
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Brian.
Update from Infinity Engineering on parish-wide sewer plant projects.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Sure.
We issued a notice to proceed, which was active starting Monday, August 25th. We should start receiving product submittals. We were supposed to start getting them yesterday. I didn't get them. If I don't start getting them early next week, I'll follow up with the contractor. We're just getting started. I can send you all the contractor's construction schedule if you'd like to have it. That's all I got.
That's all you got. Anybody?
All right. On this item, I received an email from them today. I need authorization to sign the tax exempt certificates for the project.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
All right, so
Need a motion?
Yes.
Motion?
motion by Mr. Mathern to have a tax exempt app done for Infinity. Second. Second by Mr. Pineville, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. All
I
right,
did have one question for Mr. Calabro. I sent you an email, Mr. Calabro.
Yes, sir.
So there was 2 questions. One of them was, did the subcontractors need their own tax exemption form? The answer is yes.
That should be in the front end documents, Brian.
Yes, that's where we found them. The other question was, can they extend their tax exemption end date beyond the contract time?
Why?
The contractor said sometimes there's a lag period towards the end of a job where she's getting invoices and stuff from vendors. She said that she would just do it for the contract time.
No, they would need to be paid out on any items prior to the end of the contract. So I don't
Yeah,
understand how that would apply.
yeah, I agree. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell him now.
On something like that, Brian, they need to review that item with their legal counsel. I'm legal counsel for the owner, not for the contractor. So they need to review that with their internal legal counsel. They need to present something to me for review. But my
Yeah.
general assessment is that just wouldn't make sense to me at all.
Yeah, it doesn't make, okay, I got you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Patient with all this morning. I never saw it.
Yeah.
all right.
I have a question, for Infinity. I believe that they submitted a change order on their contract. Is that correct?
An amendment, a fee amendment.
Yeah, okay. You want to revise your contract for $36,000. Is that correct?
for
Yeah,
value.
we actually received it after the agenda came out, and I know that.
Well, I mean, he's given a report, and I'm just asking him, because we're supposed to act on this for the next meeting for you guys. And I'd like to hear why they need this, change order.
Okay, sure.
To their extension of time, you know, especially since the contract has already been let. And now you're gonna do some additional design work. We're very unclear as to what the intent is. Again, this
Is
is
that a question? Okay, I was about to ask who am I speaking to?
Pat Gordon with South Central Planning.
Yes, sir. Are you asking me a question?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, we're supposed to report on this for the next meeting, and we certainly don't understand what the change order is on the contract, since you've already gone out for bid, the design has been done, and now you want an extension on this, on design time in 36.
No, it's for three things that were out of scope of our original agreement. There's three different items in the amendment.
Well,
Can you elaborate?
okay, well, yeah. Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
I'm gonna pull it up right now because I'm just. Give me 1 second.
I'm not ready to make any decision on the change order tonight.
They don't have a cost analysis before it even gets presented.
Yeah, so.
I mean, it's a request. It's not a.
Since they're the grant administrator, they're just wanting to justify it so that they can recommend to us.
I just want to let you know, this ain't gonna be rubber stamped, okay? We're gonna take a hard look at this, and I don't understand it. They submitted some rationale with this, and it seems a little unreasonable as far as I can see at this time. But we can call you and talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, we can provide any sort of backup to justify our reasoning.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, anything else? Thank you, Brian.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Next up, item update from the Special Programs Director, Grants Coordinator, Mr. T1.
On County and Canal, we received, the engineer sent over a updated schedule, and that's all I have at this time.
On an actionable item?
No action.
No action, don't need any action. All right. Update from South Central Planning Development Commission. Mr. Gordon? Yes, Pat Gordon, Plan Director, South Central Planning. We had a meeting with administration and Mr. Blanchard on Monday to discuss the reporting and the updating of the projects and communication on projects and how we distribute information amongst ourselves, because not everyone's getting the information that they need. I think we've rectified that. We've given you a new grant management report template. It's a little different. Kim felt that it would be a good idea to include this in your packets instead of handing it out to you at each one of these meetings. I think that's a good idea too. So we're going to submit this to you before the packets are put together, the agenda's put together, and then y'all would have, you know, the weekend, take a look at it and maybe ask some questions about the report. But as far as the report that's been submitted, just want to bring to your attention that Cassie Parker is going to be handling all the rec trail projects, and which also includes Gilbert DeQuanty Park Trail that was recently awarded to Assumption. Right now, she's working with the solicitation of views on that, and hopefully that will get off to a good start. We have been working with Paul on the Resilient Communities Grant for the courthouse. Leanne has put together some procurement
qualifications and advertisements and September 18th, we'll find out which engineering or architectural firm will be selected for the design work for that courthouse renovation. And also we'll be working on that response for Infinity on that change order, which I wanted to bring up while he was talking because we didn't understand it. That's all.
Appreciate that.
And I'm open for any questions.
No, Pat, here's the biggest thing is, I like this form. It's pretty basic and simple, but
Well, Cassie put
His
that
name is
together
Karen.
and Melissa and Kim felt it would be better if we put together something a little bit more easier to read. And I,
another thing, Pat, if for some reason, I know you got busy schedules and stuff, but if you can't make the meeting, I'd still like you to participate at least via like we do for Infinity,
sure.
you know, just give us a heads up.
We provided them the link.
Okay, okay.
I'll have,
With, yes.
I'll have to send it every meeting, but
Don't tell him that he's not gonna show up.
No,
Any real action or items you need to be here, you file it, but you got a conflict of schedule. We understand, but you know, maybe absolutely can't make it. We still like to have South Central Planning presence, at least for the report.
and we're gonna do a better job. All right?
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Mr. Duncan, I have one item for the Belrose Walking Trail.
The Rose Walking Trail, all right.
Yeah, so I requested, we have the contractor there right now, they're working on it, and I asked them for an estimate to, put an additional sidewalk in the front of the library. I don't know if you've ever been to the library, but it's awkward going from the parking lot to basically the front porch of the library. You have to go around the flagpole. So there's a 4 foot wide, 22 foot long sidewalk that I'd like to add from the parking lot straight to the front of the library. And the contractor provided an estimate of $2,500 to do that. So I'd like to, have a change order on that pending. I asked Mr. Blankenship to provide me an estimate if the parish would have provided such a sidewalk. And if his estimate is, you know, if it'd be a big cost savings that we use the parish labor to do it, then I'd rather go that route. But I'd like the jury to approve the $2,500 from the contractor to do it pending, Mr. Blankenship's, cost estimate for parish
It's
labor.
concrete also? that
Yes,
you're talking about?
concrete and labor.
That'll come out your rate.
It would be on my rec fund, yes.
All right, so we got a motion by Mr. Blanchard to, use up to $2,500 out of the rec fund for additional sidewalk.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mathern. All in favor? Opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Gordon.
Thank you.
Update on, Ag Center roof project.
Yes, the truss work came in, so the contractor began uncovering the roof, some of the roof structure. He also started pulling down some of the existing soffits and so he could start exposing those connections. We will continue the full demolition once the final panels come in. We're doing it in that fashion to keep as much cover on the building as long as we can, but he is moving forward.
All right. Update on health unit repairs.
So I received the engineer's recommendations for the roofing portion and the walls. Of course, we have to start with the roof first. So I contacted, 2 contractors so far they recommended a total roof replacement. So we're gonna have to get a price, and I know it's gonna exceed our threshold. So we're gonna have to go out for procurement, but I haven't received the full pricing back yet. Know exactly where we're at, but I'm gonna acquire 3 prices for it. And then we'll move on from there once we receive all the quotes, bring it back to the jury for approval.
What engineering firm you used on that?
Aaron actually had hired Miss Providence. So I just got it back on the back half. And it was for the internal portion of it, what they recommended. We had an air quality test done to make sure that it was inhabitable, that they passed that, but we do have, the roofing is aged. and it's exceeded like 15 years, so they recommended a full roof replacement, front to back, all the gutters, systems on the top of the roof.
Any of these repairs covered under the Hurricane Francine?
Some of it'll be our insurance money that we receive for it, yes. But we're just required to go, at least get 3 prices, and then if it exceeds a certain threshold, we'll have to go out and bid.
Just try to,
Brian, if you're sure it's gonna exceed that threshold, why we wanna,
Well, previously I had some bids came back at 50,000 range, but some additional items had been added to it, the surrounding gutters and additional repairs that they recommended, so I think it's gonna get closer to the 100,000 mark.
I know, so why get 3 prices and waste that time if we just.
Because I don't have a
got
full, I guess, scope that the engineer provided, just made recommendations. We would have to go back and get an actual drawing by that engineering company. They were hired to make recommendations from what I could read. It's just not actually a biddable.
Okay, well, you need that whether you get 3 prices or not, so we.
Well, I know the square footage. But yes, I'll request to get a drawing.
but move on it.
Yes. Yes.
Where you at on the courthouse drainage?
So I was looking here, I got a quote in. The company that's familiar with the work, with the line, with breaking the cement, came in at $27,662.65. And if you guys approve it,
That's for 22 feet? That was that section that we had looked at?
that's breaking up the cement, boring underneath it. Actually, a saw cut, break up and remove approximately 120 feet long, 2 foot wide section of concrete. Because if we're gonna break that up, we just soon come from the original drain that's underneath all the way across to where it turns and goes under the building, which is approximately 120 feet. 4 to 6 inch PVC sewer line, repoured concrete that was previously removed, and they have to go with 4,000 PSI concrete, and they have to put dowels because of the weight. And then it's concrete, labor, materials, and we also scheduled it to do it on a weekend because of the activities going on in the offices. We didn't want to have the loud noise of the jackhammers breaking the cement up and saw cut and all of that during operational hours. So the total cost of that, like I said, was $27,662.65. And that's actually the engineering company that drew our diagram for our sewer issues and ran the cameras.
What was the increased cost for doing it on the weekend versus during the week?
I didn't say there was an increase, I just said we chose to do it on the weekend. It doesn't line item that there was any additional cost for it here on the quote.
It just seems as though the bathrooms would be out of service, for this time, just saying if they had to close for the day.
Well, it's only one, it's service and cats. It's just his restroom and his office. The other offices are serviced from a rear line that goes to the highway.
You still have a facility to use.
Yes.
You're trying to eliminate
Yes.
the noise.
Right. And there will be no parking, because all the vehicles have to be in the parking lot.
And you're pretty confident that this is the section that's causing the issues in the assessor's office?
His line is on a single line by itself. It comes out, comes across according to their drawing, backs up, and then goes out the side of the highway.
There's 2 bellies in that line, correct?
There's 2 what?
Bellies, sumps.
Yes. I don't have the drawing in front of me, so.
Picture. The money will come from.
1%.
Didn't we already allocate that? Would that come straight out of 1%?
Right,
or
that
the-
was out of 100,000.
100,000.
Well, I don't know if we
Do we
really
have
wanna
some
spend that
gap?
100,000 yet, because if we could use that as a match to something.
We didn't approve that special meeting?
That's already been, for
That's a separate
bathroom
$100,000,
renovations and the rest,
yeah.
I remember we kind of moved some things around there, but I think it probably makes sense to utilize the 1%.
Yeah, I say just use the 1%. Tawanya is reaching out
I
to
remember right
the,
now, it went like
Historic Building
27,
Society
33,
to see if there's some federal funding available.
turned the one out
So
the
our
wall.
hope is that if there is some federal funding, if it does require a match, we could use that
The
100,000.
120 foot includes the external portion.
We can take it out of 1%.
We can take it out of 1%.
You didn't, I'll make a motion,
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we go with that recommendation.
And we just need who's the firm.
Before we do that, Ryan,
Hey,
It looks like there's only 32 foot of that line.
Yeah, but the line, we're gonna change the one coming out and going to the highway, that includes that also.
Why? That's not where the problem is.
Well, that's it's part of his line, and I'm not looking at the drawing, but there's no indication of red line on the outside. Okay, we can reduce the scope.
So this is the section that has a building. This section is all good. It's 32 foot.
Okay,
It would have to be replaced.
let me go revisit it, and we'll reduce the scope, if that's your wishes.
Are we band-aided by reducing the scope?
There's still gonna be old piping underneath this section.
Why we
There's
did
no
have-
pipe
take that
underneath the
out.
whole section.
But what, if you're doing it, do the whole section.
That's what I was doing, all the way through, going through the wall, coming all the way to the street.
Get over it.
Yeah, get that over with.
It's only 1,800.
Yeah, get that out of there.
Or y'all like to spend money that y'all don't have.
Motion by Mr. Diaz to approve the 27,662.65 out of the 1%.
Who's the
Keith lots,
Keith Lots?
yes, ma'am.
He'll start tomorrow. No, just cross your teeth.
Just call them and tell them it was approved, and we can move forward.
Just give the assessors office a notice before they
Sounds like
And,
there should be
and
that-
Cat was there, actually, the day we were measuring,
Could be.
so he was aware of it.
All right, motion by Mr. Diaz, second by
Second.
Mr. Blanket, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion
Nay.
carries. One neighbor, Mr. Pond. Update on Shell Beach Road, Shell Beach Boat Launch Project.
The only thing I asked, Ron, I need to I need to pull some material out of there, out of the lake. I need to make sure we got permits and anything, but we need to pull the material out. You know, I got material that's on the side of the bank, I need to remove from there. I wanna make sure we can, we permit to do it before we get the funds for it.
Joseph, you familiar with that?
Yeah, he got,
The permit is allowing to prop wash the launch area and so forth to get it to the necessary depths. However, if there is an obstruction under the water that would impede a boat or damage a boat, such as, I mean,
there's a
there's,
big rock and
you know,
stone.
if there's something under that water that's sticking up, even if it's not seen by the top of the water and it's impeding, you are allowed to go remove that for safety.
That's what so we can, okay,
You could.
all right.
Okay.
So then,
You can't go dig, don't
can't
get out there
you
and
can't
start
dig,
digging.
No,
But if you're out there removing a dangerous obstruction,
Now Brian knows, he knows.
Yeah,
what to
now I
do.
know we can do it.
correct.
All right, thank you, Rob.
Request approval of the proposal from GIS Engineering to assist with RFI request for the 911 EOC building not to exceed $2,500.
Yes, Paul put this on the agenda and he's on vacation this week and he just, last meeting, through our special meeting, he talked about some RFIs that he got at the meeting. And he said they're requesting information that he just does not have the answers to. He needs
That
engineering.
comes out of
What's that?
funding.
Yeah, so I mean, he presented it to them and this is the proposal they presented to answer those RFIs.
Motion.
Funding would be 1%.
Motion by Mr. Diaz, second by
Second.
Mr. Blanchard, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Request approval to advertise for 30-day bid for the Departed Park Rehab Construction Project to be funded by LIA.
Yes, we have, we presented a set of preliminary plans to Mr. Alcorn and we're finishing up those plans this week. We had somebody go to the parish barn today because we plan on utilizing some existing materials that were left over from previous projects that the jury already owns. So that's all that's left to do with the plans is incorporate those existing items. And so we would be ready to advertise prior to your next meeting, which is 2 weeks away. So we're requesting to be able to advertise.
We would like to see the plans ourselves.
No problem. Once
Not just one guy making the decision up there, Joseph.
once we incorporate the items, I'll gladly deliver a set to the jury. That's up to you all.
What items do we have at the yard that we want to use?
That's,
Yes,
yes,
some
the wall,
What else left over, what, Mike? What you
There's
call
some
it?
door frame,
wall.
there's there's two door frames, two metal doors and frames, along with some stainless steel panels that can be utilized inside the stalls and so forth, and some stall material. It does have a significant value and will help keep the cost down.
All right, so do I understand the motion to advertise?
Motion. I prefer seeing the plans before we approve it going out for advertising.
All right, so give us some plans, Joseph.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go back
Those are get them
to,
plans.
Yes, sir.
back to the update of the courthouse renovation project.
Yes, Mr. Blankenship, just a quick question on, have we had any communications with Grace Abear?
John called me and asked me to review the plans and then call him back and give him my opinion and if we agree to move forward. I hadn't spoken to him yet. I did look at the plans that I had the other night. I have to just call him tomorrow.
Okay, because he had a date of 9/5, so I
Right.
mean, that's next week, so I'd like to get moving on that, so that way we can go out to bid and get that project
Yes,
going.
sir.
And
And
obviously
also-
with the drainage stuff that you just got approved, obviously it's gonna have to come after that, I would presume, but again, I'd like to get moving on that as quickly as possible.
Okay, and also I met with a contractor today on the floor and in the clerk's office. And also have a meeting with two more to get pricing for that, floor replacement. Today one was on site, he did his, and then tomorrow I have two more meetings with two other people to get pricing on the floor. And then I'll bring back that before the jury if we receive it at that meeting.
Perfect.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes.
Any other items of the engineering?
Motion adjourned.
Motion carried by Mr. Blanchard, second by Mr. Diaz, all in favor,
All right.
opposed, motion carries.
We'll call to order the regular meeting of the Central Parish Police Jury for Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. Let the record reflect all members are present. Please rise for a prayer to be followed by the pledge. God, who teaches us by sending the light of the Holy Spirit into our hearts, grant that by the light of that Spirit, right judgment may be ours, and that we never find joy in his guidance.
Amen. Amen. Pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any corrections to the minutes for the August 13th regular meeting and the August 20th special meeting? We're going to entertain a motion to approve those minutes. Motion by Mr. Alcorn. Second by Mr. Bro. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment period. At this time, we'll take public comment for any item on the agenda.
I'd like to have make a comment on the personnel committee. As a citizen, as an employee, I highly respect authority. There's concerns, but I'm happy to see that some of y'all showed some concern about having good stewardship of public resources. If you remember on May 28th, our previous manager stated that when he first started working with the Public Works Department, it was understood that it was okay not to do much when you was employed by Central Parish. I respectfully have to ask, do we really hear ourselves? My priority is clear. Keep our employees safe, protect our people, protect our resources. Prevention saves lives, prevention saves money, prevention keeps our workforce strong. I'm not just a manager's assistant. I've worked with parish leadership for over 30 years. I've seen 4 other managers come and go. Our last manager, honesty, transparent, policy-driven. He set the standard and earned the public trust. That trust has to be earned. Taxpayers expect openness, accountability, and wise use of their money. I may not agree with every personal or political view, but I stand with the people who fund this parish and depend on us. So why wouldn't we continue with full transparency? Why wouldn't we commit to sound management and quality service? If we won't, we're just letting down our taxpayers. We're letting down ourselves. I have to ask, all you have to do is listen to the national news. Employment with government is not a free ride anymore. The public is demanding that their political leaders ensure employees actually produce results. People are sick and tired of watching government workers get paid with their tax dollars without delivering quality, productive work. And here in the Central Parish, our citizens expect no less. They want to know that every hour work is an hour well spent. That our money is being used wisely. And that every employee is contributing to the progress and well-being of our community. That's a standard that we must uphold because the trust of the people is earned, not given. And if we fail to meet that standard, we don't just lose efficiency, we lose faith in the very people we're here to serve. The flow chart that was introduced by our current manager, in my view, brings us back to the same oversight we had before our previous manager. When, if you remember, on May 28th, he stated in a public meeting that it was okay to not do much here at Simpson Parish and still get paid.
Mr. Davis, you reached the time, we'd just like you to wrap it up.
No, we're done.
All right,
Thank
thank you.
y'all.
Any other public comment?
Yeah, I got a little comment on the hall refund. I had been there before. I don't know if I'm.
Can you state your name and address?
Patrick Morris, 137 Gold Street, Napoleonville. 7039. Okay, so my daughter got married and kept the deposit because she waited too late to get her stuff out the hall a couple of days. And I was informed that it happened again. And I don't know if the guy got his refund back or not, but if he did, I don't think that fair to my daughter, why she didn't get hers back. I don't know the details on it, why they got it back, or did they get it back? But that's just why I'm here. Guy told Thibodeau, I don't know, they had to call his name out, but from my understanding, he got his refund back, and he didn't get his stuff out the hall 2 days after. So I want to know why my daughter didn't get hers back 2 days after. What is the difference? What is the difference between the two?
First, I'm here now.
It's on the agenda. It's on the agenda.
All right. At this time, during public comment, we don't engage back and forth. We just hear.
I just want to make sure that I get my point across. I didn't
Okay.
know how to do it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any other public comment? Last call. Drainage Committee report, Chairman Pineville.
Yes, sir. The Drainage Committee meeting was held this afternoon. All members were present. Item number one, Mr. Burr, you want to vote on that now? You want to take that up, what you have?
Just assume.
All right, so let me finish and then we're gonna come back to it. We requested to reappoint Mr. Derek Domain to not subdivision gravity drainage district. We approved the overages 193, 199, Farmville Drainage Project. We approved the following allocations for labor on project 93, 288, culvert replacement at 256 Cindy Street, 93, 245, the sweep out for all lower culvert on Law Street. And Ms. Burr, you want to pass it around so everyone could take a look at it, your submittals, your bids? That's the one you wanted to bid on the, make a motion for your
This one
bids,
here?
correct? Clear?
No, we do that at the end, probably end of the meeting. Huh?
The
I'll
deviation.
deviate.
All right,
I have to bid in for that little Texas thing, I'd like to pass it.
all right. So,
But, the only other thing with the Mari is that.
are we gonna deviate on it?
What's that?
You want to deviate on it
On this one
in the
here?
meeting? Yes.
Yeah.
No, well, I'd like to get that, Province Engineering, involved with the Mari.
Let's do that. All right, motion to accept as,
Have a motion for the,
Items 2 through 4.
motion to accept items 2 through 4 on the Drainage Committee report with Mr. Pineville. Second by Mr. Carter, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Personnel Committee report. Chairman Diaz.
Personnel Committee, order 442. Item 1, we discussed the recommendations of the parish manager. Item 2, we adopted the recommendations of the parish manager. Item 3, we adopted the Public Works Work Order System Policy and Procedures and incorporated into the personnel manual. And 4, we received which we discussed with outside legal counsel, Mark Boyer, out of Boyer, Abear and Angel LLC. Under item 4, we accepted. We're gonna accept the written agreement. Let the president sign it prior to meeting with Ms. Torres. I present this all in the form of a motion.
Second your motion.
Mr. President, I'd like to vote on number 2 separately.
You gotta vote for the whole thing first.
Look, to accept,
Motion and second. Motion and second, Mike, you have to make a counter motion just to separate it?
Correct. I don't know what we're looking to do. He already voted against it in the public meeting, didn't he?
I'd like for the whole jury to vote. On chance to vote.
On just that.
Item number 2, just that one item. Yes, sir.
They can do that if they choose to. You can make a counter motion to vote the whole package and against two from moving forward as introduced.
I would like to make a comment to remove item number 2 and vote for it in the regular meeting.
But
He
I
needs a
think
second.
the form of the counter motion would be to accept the remaining items.
Correct.
And-
Aside from the number 2, which he wants the full jury
Right,
to be
okay.
able to vote on.
All right,
Okay, motion by Mr. Pineville. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mathern. All in favor?
all right.
Opposed?
Opposed?
Who's on the side opposed?
Opposed?
What your vote is?
So,
Opposed or
Yeah.
opposed?
Opposed.
Mr. Charlie,
Y'all know what y'all voting on?
what's your vote? You opposing?
We're opposing, no, I'm not opposing the motion. I want to vote. Okay, you got.
no, he put a counter motion to accept everything.
No, I'm not opposing the counter motion. Okay, so oppose the counter motion. You oppose the counter motion? I oppose the counter motion.
I got mine.
Oppose the counter.
I oppose the counter motion.
Charles?
Mr. Charles, this is to vote, for everyone to vote on the recommendation of the parish manager.
Oh,
If you vote for it,
I'll go for it.
You know what you're voting for?
You vote to oppose it.
Correct.
you voting to oppose it, or you voting for everyone to vote?
For everybody to vote.
You want for everyone to vote?
Yeah.
All right, so he's opposing it.
So you don't understand. So you want to recommend, are you with the parish manager recommendation? Okay, so he opposes it. All right, that's fine.
There you go.
Now go back and vote for the original, to accept Mr. Diaz's motion.
I make a motion to accept the original, motion.
Well, there's a motion on the floor by Mr. Diaz
That's wrong.
Right.
That's wrong.
Second.
and second by Mr. Alcorn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Finance Committee report. Finance Committee meet at 4:59 today. We approved the list of bills submitted through August 22nd, 2025. We approved the budget comparison statements for July 2025.
Opposed to approve your report?
Motion to approve the report by Mr. Nakam,
Sir.
second by Mr. Alcorn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Engineering Grants Committee report.
Yes.
Chairman Nakam.
Grants Committee met, all members are present. First item was update from GIS Engineering on Jallamore, Birchville, Barrows, Plotville, and Liverville. No action taken on none of those items. We had an update from the Blatters Design Group on Gerald Street and Spring Level and Fairport Bell River. With an update from Infinity Engineering on parish-wide sewer plant improvement projects. And we authorized a tax exemption application for the Barrows Library.
Those are the sewers.
Barry, Library, sewer, what's that?
No, not library.
Sewer, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Sewer,
The next
sewer,
one,
sewer.
Infinity.
Yes, I got my notes counted. Yeah, next was update from Infinity Engineering on Parish-wide. That's just it. Update from, Special Programs Director. I don't know. Update from Special Program Director. Had an update from South Central Planning and Development Commission.
That's where we had a approval of Leroy's $2,500 for Bell Rose walking trail.
Up to $2,500, possibly do it in-house or the contract.
Correct.
All right, good. With that, we had an update on the Ag Center roof project, update on health unit repairs, update on the courthouse renovation project, and we approved the drainage repairs for $27,662.65 to come out of 1%. We had update on Shell Beach Boat Launch project, we had request approval for the proposal from GIS Engineering to assist with RFI request for the 911 EOC building that can exceed $2,500, and requested approval to advertise. for
No,
30
we table it until the next meeting.
We're going to table number
Put
11.
it on the next agenda.
All that form of a motion.
All right, I have a motion by Mr. Nakam. I'd like some clarification if I could. Brian, on the courthouse renovation for the sewer line, I took a look at the map in our break there. It looks like the portion that is damaged is 4-inch cast iron, but the existing portion that goes out to the street is PVC. Is that correct?
I don't have the drawing in front of me. to look at it. It could be 4 to 6 inch PVC, I don't know. I know it's PVC at the elbow. I don't know what's beyond that. I'd have to look at the drawing.
Yeah, I guess I was under the impression that it was all cast iron that needed to be changed.
Well, like I said earlier, I'll revisit it and we can come back to it and see. I just don't have the drawings in front of me,
Okay,
bro.
no, I understand, I'm just
Yeah,
asking if,
Put on,
If
if
you
you
knew.
wanna do like the elevation, all that, to put all brand new, the elevation could be perfect, you know?
We're done.
We're done.
I agree, we don't need to shortcut that, it's not that big
Do
of
the
a.
whole job.
motion to accept report by Mr. Nakam,
Second.
second by Mr. Carter, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Assumption Foundation for the Arts, Mr. Abear.
Thank y'all for letting us be here tonight. The rest of my board was busy with work and kids and some other stuff, so I'm here by myself. I'm the president of the Assumption Foundation for the Arts. And we've been in front of you a few times, but we want to give you an update on some of the things we've been working on. I want to say thank you to Mr. Blanchard, Mr. Diaz, Mr. Alcorn, and Ms. Joseph, Ms. Torres, and Mr. Blankenship for kind of a preliminary meeting that we held to field some questions and concerns that we had with the festival we put on. And they were very accommodating and we talked through some issues. And I appreciate their insight and cooperation on that as well. So we host, for the last 2 years, we've hosted the Sugarland Music and Arts Festival. So it's a community festival that we started in 2024. And I'll just read off a few stats so that you know kind of how we perform. Since we started in 2023, we formed in December 2022. But since we formed in 2023, we've raised a total just shy of $250,000, which includes a $55,000 Humana grant, which we partnered with the jury on to complete the Monterey Park project, which was a great success. That park went off well, and the community is enjoying that as well. 157,000 of that came from the festival directly. So that came from sponsorships and festival day revenue. So 157,000 of that 250 came from the festivals. We had over 200 plus musicians, local and regional musicians, between 2 years come and perform. That included about 60 students that were able to perform on stage and get some experience and have a good time there as well. And included over 100 community sponsors. So we have not yet gone out for federal and state grant money, private grants and partnerships. That's just Assumption Parish showing up for an organization that's trying to put something on for the community. And I get a little emotional all the time if you've seen me talk before, but because I feel very strongly about this stuff, but that is Assumption Parish showing up at almost $250,000 from the parish over 2 years, really. So thank you guys if you've had a hand in it. I know many of you have went to the festival, sponsored, did some in-kind things, so thank you very much. And we appreciate everything you do. We have, after the second festival, we have about $50,000 in proposed spending through the first quarter of next year. And the things we spend that money on, we've also expended $145,000 already from the funds that we've raised. Some things that gets spent on is an operating budget for the nonprofit, which all of our nonprofit is volunteer. So our board is volunteer, and we have an advisory council that's made up of our educators and people in the community. They want to volunteer their time with us as well. We spent that money on scholarships for seniors graduating. We spent that money on tuition for current students, program fees, sponsorships for our student organizations and school programs, supplies and materials for our arts programs. So music instrument supplies, music, dance supplies, art supplies, and all of the programs that fall under our charter of an arts organization. In that expenditure is also the event production budget to produce the festival, which if you've ever produced a large event like that, it's not very cheap to do it. But we took on that expense and we've done very well year over year on the increase in profit percentage off of that event. And we retained some money. We retained about 15 to 20,000 from the festivals to book and secure next year. So our first year, all the musicians actually donated their time. So every band that was there donated their time the first year, which let us keep about 15 or 16, close to $16,000 that we didn't have to expend the first year. And they didn't have to do that. Every one of them came and donated. This past year, all of them got a check at their fee. So we didn't ask for reductions or anything like that. We paid them at their performance fee. Everyone that came, and we had some musicians help out the students, and they got compensated for that as well. So really in a short time, we made a big impact. And we're excited about that. Within a short 2 years, it's really incredible, the success that we've had, and we're very proud of that success. And that's, like I said, that's without going out for any money, no grants, no public-private partnerships. That's just Assumption Parish supporting us. And we want to come to you tonight. We met with a few of the jurors, Mr. Alcorn, because it sits in his ward, and then Mr. Diaz and Mr. Leroy, because they have supported us in the past. So we wanted to make sure we had a good line to the rest of you to get the information out, I'm sorry. So we want the first weekend in August, whenever anybody thinks of that, to be Assumption Parish Festival. So you go to the Fireman's Fair, you go to Shrimp and Petroleum, you go, everywhere around has their time of the year where you go, hey, this is where we go for this weekend for the festival. So we're asking the jury for first right of refusal for the first weekend in August. Excuse me. Also getting over being sick. For the first weekend in August each year, to include Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for that weekend. So when you think of the first weekend in August, it's going to be the Sugar Land Music and Arts Festival. Just like people travel to Ponchatoula or travel all over the state to go to their festivals. We're also asking the jury update and revise some of the agreements for the center, for the facility rentals and events, and organizations like ours that may want to put on events like us, where your current agreements and rentals don't really suit anything other than wedding reception or bridal shower, like a small reception in a short time frame of an event. Excuse me. So our event goes 14 hours long. And if you know, or you've been involved with something that big, it takes a day or more than a day to set everything up. It takes about a day to tear it down and to be gone and to leave the facility just like we found it or better. So we are committed to working with you guys. We came to the table already with using our board's expertise because we've put on events. A lot of us have put on events elsewhere with other nonprofits and organizations. So we're committed to helping to provide you samples, provide you information on how those agreements can be put in place. That way, other people like us that may want to put on community type events at the center here or other properties can have an avenue where it's not so much of an increase going with your current rental. If we would pay at the current rental, it would be 120% increase on the fees that we would pay to the parish than what we paid already. So it would increase our budget, total budget, by 9 to 10%, which gives us about $13,000 to $14,000 less to use in our organization to give after that event. And we provided some of this information as well in the previous meeting. More than happy to provide y'all with that on paper, where you can take a look at it on how the current agreements perform. And we see this in kind of other parishes and municipalities where they don't plan for things ahead of time, where they grow and they have somebody come in and want to do something and they're not really set up for it. So I don't think the jury anticipated us or the parish anticipated an event like this at that facility. And we want to make sure that we're a good partner with you guys moving forward because we want to bring great economic impact with this festival for years. We've already gone 2 years and I think we've outgrown the space really. So we have to plan logistically on how we're going to accomplish growth in the future. And we'd love to be a partner with you guys forever and have this festival continue with more boards in our organization forever. I know this is something that a lot of people are excited about and a lot of people still don't know about. We had a lot of people, we had about 3,000 people attend last year in our first year. And this year we had less. So we had about 2,100 people attend this year, but we raised more money this year and more revenue this year. It's a little game of who's going to be in town and who's not and what works and what we can. But we think the facility is perfect for our event to be a full community event, as low of a cost as possible. We didn't charge anything the first year because we had those bands donate their time and we didn't need to generate that extra revenue. This year, it was just $5 for everybody 21 and older to get in for the whole day. So you can literally park your chair and sit there for 14 hours and listen to music for $5. And just another scope of the event, we had in the gym was a main stage where we had bands perform all day, large groups and solo acts. So we allowed younger people that may not have stage experience go in there and gain experience. if you walked into the festival, there was always a live musician on stage, except for the auction that lasted about 30 minutes. So it was a great environment. We had an arts market with about 30 or so vendors, food trucks outside, blow-ups for the kids, face painting, and it was just a great event. And we love to continue that year over year. Some future goals. We talked to in the previous meeting about future goals for our organization. The Police Jury really doesn't have anybody who actively pursues tourism, arts, and anything in that arena. So culture, recreation, and tourism. So we would love in the long term to come to you, to the jury, and to act as the Arts Council of Assumption Parish. We're not there yet. We still have some organization to do and to come to you with a full proposal. We're working with the Louisiana Department of the Arts to get that accomplished. And we also work with many statewide organizations, whether it be nonprofit or state and federal agencies that we work with and collaborate with weekly. We also would love to install public art projects and public art installations throughout the parish to celebrate our kids especially, but any local artists that are from here and put on reviews and events with artists that have not been that are from here but may not live here anymore. So if we have an incredible dancer that may want to come in and do a master class and do a performance, we want to be able to host that event in Assumption Parish. If we have some performing artists that want to come in and do a master class or a seminar with students, we want to be able to host that here in Assumption Parish. And then we want to propose a concert series, open mic nights, places for our young musicians that may just be playing in their bedroom with a guitar, but are incredible, or our students that may have a sketchbook and you open it up and you can't believe what you see in there, to be showcased and celebrated. And we'd love to have avenues for them to do that. I think that's it. That's all I have. Do y'all have any questions? A lot of y'all have attended, but I'd love for y'all to ask some questions if you have any. Awesome. Well, that's our.
Have you been able to get some, or see some other contracts?
So we're gonna forward those to Ms. Kim to get to y'all, but we've contacted I think 6 parishes now and arts councils that act in absentia of a government entity. So we have some nonprofits that already do that in other parishes. So we're gonna get those agreements and send those to y'all to review as you kind of consider our proposal moving forward. So that's our official ask tonight. I don't know if it can be taken up tonight or it needs to be taken up later, or if y'all need to have more discussion. But our request of the jury tonight is for the Assumption Foundation for the Arts to have first right of refusal for the first weekend in August, whatever dates that may be every year, and to have access to the facility for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on those weekends. That way we can produce a festival that's gonna include the entire community. We have enough time to do it because it's only 6 of us or 7 of us on our board, and we are still recovering from this year. It's a lot to put those on. And then we have tons of volunteers from the community too, but that's our request.
I don't have a problem making a motion. We're gonna have it for the first one in August, first week of August, next few years.
I'll second it. Right, and the other thing that we're working on is an individual rental agreement for this particular event, because it is different than what our current rental agreement covers. So it'll be something specific to this event so that we can.
Festival-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a great opportunity for growth for the parish. I mean, we already have people that have attended the parish and vendors that have booked from all over the state. We have people that drove 3 hours to come and sell, duck calls and things. So and he
I
did
make a
great.
motion.
Yeah.
So the motion by Mr. Mathern, second by Mr. Diaz, that we reserve the center first weekend in August and give first right of refusal to Assumption Foundation for the Arts. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
That's all, I know we voted, we're all in agreement for it, but let's make sure we're at least a couple of months out to be able to discuss. And if there's any negotiations between us and the Foundation of the Arts to make sure that that contract fits.
Well, no, as soon as they get that, they're gonna send it to us and we're gonna try to modify it for our usage, and it'll come back before this board.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, like, we did not want to overstep because we want to make sure that we just provide guidance and our expertise to you, for y'all to discuss and line out what's best for the parish, because we want to be a long-term partner. So we know that we don't want to get, we don't want anything discounted more than what we already do. We're not looking for free. We know we need to support the parish as much as you guys support us. So it's a partnership that we're looking for long term. You know, we're gonna be here for a while.
Right, and the other thing that, that experience that Mr. Hebert brought and asked us about is whenever we have these type of rental things, which we haven't before for the center, but to do a cost analysis on the usage of the, you know, the usage costs for electricity and manpower and so forth, to make sure that it's in line, that we're covering our expenses basically on these size events.
Yeah, we can provide, we went over this as well. We can provide you the systems and tools to accomplish that, you know, your standard use on event types like that. I work with a statewide nonprofit, the Louisiana Partnership for the Arts, and we're, you know, work with the legislature and things like that. But we have a network that we can go to and say, hey, look, can you review this and see if this holds water with the municipality? Make sure that you know, confer with legal counsel. We have a general counsel as well. That way, when we present you something, it's gonna be legitimate, and that you have enough information to review. It's like I said, it's about partnership. We want to be here for a long time. I appreciate y'all both. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, John.
Discuss the fire department building at Pierreport Bay Bridge.
Yeah, I put this on the agenda, guys. We have the old Pierreport Fire Department at a big bridge that needs a lot of maintenance, a lot of work done to it. The sheriff's also been using it every year, giving them $1 a year lease. And nobody's putting money back into the building. I talked to Mike and Jamie talked to the sheriff right before the meeting. If we go with a longer term lease with that building, he would put maintenance into the building back up. And I'd like to go with like a 30-year lease on that building to the sheriff's office with Mike's agreement, with Mike working with the sheriff's office with the lease agreement.
I don't know what we have yet. I think the sheriff was gonna forward me whatever was in place. He said something that maybe it was a year to year. But what I need a motion on is to just authorize me to meet with the sheriff, review it, and then propose to you all the, whatever he's requesting as far as an updated CEA or lease, in a longer term fashion, so that way he can maintain it appropriately. And I have no objections to that.
Is that your motion, Bob?
Yes, sir.
Second.
Yeah.
Say it, man.
No, don't do it.
Second by Mr. Bro.
You good?
All in favor? Opposed?
Good job.
Motion carried. Address unwanted trash in Ward 4, Mr. Bro.
I don't know if y'all passed through Ward 4 much, but I do have a lot of trash, and I brought this up before in one of the previous meetings, and I would like to get in touch with Billy Nungas again, if we can send him a letter that maybe come to 1 hour meeting. He says, you know, we'd like to keep the boot clean, but the tool, the boot in Ward 4 is dirty. And, but one of the situations I have is on Petita Lane, and that's why I was looking at Robinson to come in, because they had indicated on their narrative that they were gonna extend the Maury drainage to Petita Lane. And Petita Lane has one of the worst trash piles. And maybe I can get rid of it if we get them to come in with the Maury drainage project. But, I'm using all angles. And maybe we can get Nungas here to see he wants to keep it, and he says this money's available somewhere. Let's go to Baton Rouge, let's go to, you know, Washington DC, let's go to Russia if we have to.
So the trash that you're talking about, is this just trash that is
It's been
piled up
a long
over the years?
time.
Is it like an illegal dump, or is it just
No,
trash
it's
that?
just piled up. I don't know why they never picked it up. The trash people, we haven't.
This is houses that people tore down, put to
There's
the
always
road.
some
expense.
They don't have any certain utilities out there at all, and just did it for years and years.
Can't let it match.
But it gets bigger, these piles.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad part.
Oh, man.
But they'll have quite a few of them in Ward 4.
You get a contract, see what it costs, if you got your regulation from, get it cleaned up.
You know how much I got left?
I don't know if you got that regulation.
$7. Better than me. If they'll do it for that, let's go.
Get a contract, niggas, it's fine.
Well, we can, maybe send them a letter, Mr. if you can get him here, or send him a responsible rep from his office, maybe we can get things together. You know, I'd like to have my pictures to show them to.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Yeah,
Cole.
We'll get some
Good job,
pictures.
Yeah, I got it on my phone. I'll forward them to, Brian. I'm gonna forward them to Brian.
All right, so Mr. Bro, your request is that we send a letter to Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser and
See if
request
he
his
can-
presence at the meeting.
See if he can give us some help in removing some of this trash. Two houses they threw it onto us on the side. One of them, is, on LA one, opposite of LA four, that's 400. And I gave them two dumpsters, but that one had one and another one down the street, but then they still have a big pile. And I have no more dumpsters to give them.
You got a motion on the floor?
Yeah, I have a motion, yeah, send a letter to him and see if he can come in.
All right, motion on the floor, Mr. Bro, second by Mr. Alcorn, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Another letter going out the door. Discuss the community centers as it relates to refunds of deposits, Mr. Carter.
Yes, I put that on there. So we all know we had a function over the weekend at the, community center. Nothing against the organization that gave the function, but we have a contract in place. And the issue that I had when Ms. Maria sent out the email earlier this week, and she stated that certain things went on and they took, till Monday and to Sunday, Monday to get the stuff out and all that. And when I called, I said, well, did you hold a deposit? She said, no. So I was like, why? You know, so we went back and forth in some emails. And my only problem is that we gotta be fair to everybody. We have had other people deposits that left stuff in there over the same night and didn't take it out the next day. So, and I'm not trying to get these guys to pay, a deposit. They got it back, that's good. But my request is, my motion will be that anybody deposit that we held for leaving stuff in that facility, if they come to the board and request it back, we should give it back to them.
Yeah. Well, and Mr. Abear's here, he can speak to this. I was under understanding that y'all knew that y'all were not gonna be pulling everything out till Sunday.
Yeah, we had.
That was it, that was understood between the rental. Maria, you understood that?
Yes, sir.
Maria didn't bring that to the board, and that's not on the contract. So if that was understood, Maria should have brought that to the board. We should have voted on it and agreed upon it. She just cannot go there and change the contract on her own.
And that's exactly why we need a separate contract for this type of
Exactly, that's
event.
why we need a separate contract. But right now, what we're looking at right now is all these people that didn't get their deposit back for leaving stuff in there, how we gonna handle that? I have a motion on the floor to return anybody deposit back that was withheld because they left stuff in the facility overnight.
Was it rented the next night?
That's for
There's a
Maria.
motion on the floor by Mr. Carter to reimburse everyone that's deposit was held for
If
materials.
they come back and request it,
What's our time period?
I would say within the next 90 days.
No, but like how far back?
Huh?
How far back?
You only have one?
You only got one.
You only got one?
They're running the next day.
I would say go back to the last 24 months.
So you
If
said
they,
you
if they
don't
come
have-
ask.
said you-
They gonna all come back.
Huh?
All right, there's a motion on the floor
She
by
said we
Mr.
only had
Carter.
one.
Is
I don't
there a
know.
second?
You inviting people to come back?
No, I'm not inviting nobody, but I mean, we gotta be fair to people,
Exactly
James.
what you're doing.
No, I'm not. We gotta be fair to people, James.
There's a,
So we gonna go back 12 months?
there's a motion on the floor by Mr. Carter.
Make it 12 months,
12
Leroy.
months?
Is there a second?
I'll second it on 12.
Second by Mr. Alcorn.
I'll second it on 12.
All in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
So we have, motion failed. You gotta record it.
I have Ira, Myra, Jamie, Mike, and Jeff. You opposed?
Y'all find yourself in court, fellas, just remember.
Next item, request approval to install a new street light at Road Lighting District 1 at 2506 Highway 1. Motion by Mr. Nakam,
Second.
second by Mr. Bro. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Request approval to adopt ordinance 2515, amending ordinance 2512 and 2514, creating the Labrador Recreation District and appointing commissioners.
Yes, we approved the appointment. We have to change the ordinance to reflect that appointment.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Nakam, second by Mr. Bro. All in favor?
Jeff, where are we at on the report
In what capacity?
as far as moving forward?
I think it was a late waiting, for this last approval, what we did, last board member, last meeting. So now we got a full board, we got the ordinance that we just amended. So it's time for the board to, get together and come with some recommendations, let's see how they want to proceed.
Are we gonna
forward.
give them a time frame to get
I
together
think we
and start
need-
moving?
Yeah, I think
We gotta
need
move
some-
this project forward.
Yep, I agree with that. I mean, we August, they probably want some spring ball if possible, where it normally is, so. We gotta have some activity. I don't know, I'll put a deadline on it right now, let's just let me consider that, maybe talk to a few of the board members, see what let them have a meeting and see what their plans are.
After they,
They gotta
after
have
they
a
meet,
different meeting.
let them come up with a plan and then
Yes.
get it to you, that way you can present it back to us,
Yeah.
that way. they can-
Yeah. But
So
they-
Brian, are you up to date with all of the things that were planned for the park there and?
I mean, as far as.
The work that the parish already got estimates for and was ready to move for, but we were waiting for the rec district to.
We removed the lighting, on the parish side. We did our part there. We were getting some quotes on replacing the actual roofing. It came back pretty steep, so, we're gonna,
Concession stand.
yeah, we're gonna rework that. We just talked about it today. They've been trying to effectively get the grass under control, and we're gonna take the hay out and then spray the park down. We've just been working on it a little bit at a time, of course, and still continuing to do other projects.
Okay, I'm just wanting to make sure there's some coordination. between
They
you
haven't
and
really
the
talked to me
rec
about
district.
anything,
That's-
no,
Okay,
No, the phone has not been right.
No, we have not talked
No-
about
no
that
communication.
with anybody else, but,
But we need to get the phone
right.
cut and kept cut and sprayed. And I think we could do that, the section stand repair in-house.
Yeah,
Call one
it
call.
was pretty steep previously, so,
Yeah,
we're gonna move a different direction.
Put grass cutter, I think, on your recreation funds. Grass cutting.
Maybe seek out that, contractor that, said he would cut it.
Sure. Why don't you do that for me? All right. You gotta just stay on top of it, can't get out of here.
request approval for the first phase of the derelict structure procedure for dwelling located at 114 Quail Drive.
There's a memo, so move. First phase. Not necessarily have to be tore down, but have to be repaired, cleaned up.
It still has a meter on it, it looks like.
Yeah, that's okay, but still, that don't stop us.
Motion by Mr. Nakam,
Second.
second by Mr. Pineville. All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Motion carried. Request approval of the first phase of the derelict structure procedure for dwelling located at 241 Vivian.
Motion. Yeah.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Patero, second by Mr. Pineville. All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Motion carried. Request approval to conduct charitable gaming, St. Joseph the Worker Church, May 24th to 25th, 2026.
What date you got?
May 22nd to 24th, 2026.
You said 24th to 25th.
Sorry.
That's it.
The motion by Mr. Pineville, second by Mr. Mathern. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Request approval of the following handshake permits for veterans of foreign wars, post 422. For November 22nd and 25th, and the Knights of Columbus, Council 1099 for October 10th and 11th. Motion by Mr. Carter, second by Mr. Bro. All in favor? Opposed? Entertain a motion to adjourn?
I like the
Oh, we
deviate.
have a-
Joseph gave.
We have a deviation from Mr. Bro related to the Mare, the Himalaya. Canal.
Canal. we'd like to choose you know, it's big here, it's, the Ron Cool LLC of Oregon.
So the only, I guess issue that I would have with that,
Move on that
Mr.
project.
Bro, I understand you want to move on it. We were just told by the engineer, he received those bids today.
What I have here.
But I think he would need to look at them and recommend that we take it. You want to pass it contingent upon the engineer's recommendation to you prior to the next meeting? That'd be up to you, but I'd like to hear that he reviewed them
We waited this long,
and.
we wait another year.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned. Any other deviation?
Motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned by Mr. Ponville? Hold on.
Oh, yeah, we do have a deviation. I'm sorry. That's the matter with that. That Ms. Maria. Yeah.
There's a deviation, regarding an event to be held at the community center. Motion to deviate? Motion by Mr. Nakane, second by Mr. Diaz. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We'll be on a deviation.
I received, phone calls last week from, Mr. Werner, who's here tonight, in reference to, an event that they're looking to have on, 8/31, which is Sunday, coming. It's a event for profit, and, they're looking to use, Ms. Adele Lewis's 501c to receive the discounted rate. I had some issues with it because I received a copy of the advertisement, the original advertisement for it, and, her 501c, Ms. Adele's 501c certificate, name was nowhere on the actual advertisement for it.
Oh, can y'all be quiet so we can hear?
Sorry.
But, her information was nowhere on the advertisement. So that's where the confusion came in for me. And I was just looking for the jury to make a decision whether or not, it was an event, gonna be held under her actual 501c certificate.
And I think, and Maria brought this to my attention, and, you know, I think this has come up in the past before, but I don't recall specifically. Is this board gonna allow an entity, a private entity that wants to use the facility to use somebody else's 501c3 to obtain a cheaper rate?
Nope.
And that has to be determined and made clear. And that's why she's here.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't see where we could allow that to happen.
That particular organization gotta have their own 501. And we don't need it to ever deviate from that, if possible. Not even if possible, never.
But they are here to possibly speak on it because she's saying now after, you know, it was told that they possibly couldn't use it, that it was actually, you know, something for her that was being, you know, held, so.
Well, listen.
Yeah. Y'all wanna speak on it?
Hi,
I'm Chardell Lewis.
Sorry, what's your name?
Chardell Lewis. My nonprofit is Heart of a Lion Productions, and it was never, the event was never, he was never gonna use my 501c3. We actually partnered, he's a sponsor for my, movie, Not Long, which is a movie that was filmed here in, Assumption Parish, promoting, prevention of suicide, bullying, anxiety and depression, and they're sponsoring the movie, which is going to be at Malco Theater in Gonzales for students to go for free. And that's what the event is for. And we've partnered on events before, and I didn't have to be on the flyer. My name didn't have to be on the flyer, but they still contribute.
Okay. My name is Gil Werner. I could, see where the discrepancy is, coming apart. Me and her have partnered in the past, plays, back in school giveaways. I done did sponsorship for kids, sending them back to school with brand new shoes, clothes, anything like that. That's never advertised. All right. But I see where the discrepancy could have came in play from the advertisement. Cause I believe if there was no advertisement at all, we may not be in here talking about this situation. But there was an advertisement, and for events that we normally do, we do it at her place. But her place for this type of event is not big enough. So we're looking for another event space, which is the space that you guys provide for the parish. So in this event, she felt like if I pushed it, which normally when I do things in this parish, people come out and support it. No matter what it is, it could be a pickleball game, people are gonna come out and support it. So she felt like I was out, she should have just let me push it, make it a big event to support her movie that she's about to premiere. But I can see, like I said, I can see where the gap was so far when he came in and filling out the paperwork with Miss Marie. So if I had a word that was spelled T-E-E-N, T-double-E-N, that's teen, right? Teen, but if I leave the E off, it becomes something else. So back to the flyer, I see since I didn't have her production on it, now it looks like something else. So, but in this situation, like I said, if it's the flyer that's making it a big deal, but me and her have partnered back in the past. We're gonna be partnering in the future, whether it's a flyer or no flyer, but I know now going forward, if me and her are partnering on the event and we intend on renting something or getting something from you guys here going forward, we should include her and myself on a flyer if there's a flyer being put out there for advertising. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. I make a motion that they have access to it with discount price. Maria brought this to the jury. It brought us up to the jury too. You can't pick and choose what we want to do when it comes down to the contract. That's my motion.
What was the motion? Yes, I'm sorry.
That they get the call for the
For the
501c
nonprofit rate.
rate.
Guys, I do have an issue with this. Overall, we really need to be consistent on something like this. Since I've been general counsel, we have denied similar requests in the past, and we need to remain consistent. There's also been provided some documentation as to a revocation of the 501c status.
with your request.
I'm not sure if it has been reinstated, but regardless, the flyers that I've seen, the postings, it needs to be consistent across the board, so that way we do not have issues moving forward. I think if the individual who's running the rentals has concerns with it, I think this jury should have concerns with it as well.
All right, so currently there's a motion on the floor. Thank you, Mr. Clever. There's a motion on the floor with Mr. Carter to allow the event at the nonprofit rate. Is there a second? Hearing none, motion died.
Second.
There's a second by Mr. Alcorn. All in favor?
Wait, public comment. before you take
Oh,
it.
sorry. Public comment prior to holding the vote. Second call. Last call. All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Motion failed.
The jury.
I know Jacob, I know Jacob has sent us an email out. I know we'll be traveling in the next couple of weeks. Is there anything y'all, any projects that y'all wanna pursue, when we go to DC?
Besides what's on the list.
Besides what's on the list of y'all, I know we do have some projects that are being funded right now.
No, we gotta prioritize it. I think we prioritize Lebanon Canal Dredging Project at the top one.
So you have some of that.
Like the project,
It sound like it is.
Top project.
You better wake up.
I'm waking up. Waking up.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so.
All right, so, Ron, you want to deviate to discuss the priority list that's in the Washington?
Yeah, motion to deviate.
Motion to deviate by Mr. Alcorn. Second by Mr. Bro, all in favor? Opposed? On the deviation regarding, priority list for projects to request from DC, so I guess going down our previous list, I don't know that, well, these were in priority area. It was made mention to us that the, MR&T project that we had been pursuing for the Amelia levy was taken out, you know, in the cuts at the federal level. I think it's still important that we discuss that project with them and reinstating funding for the MR&T program of Mississippi River and tributaries. Basically, if that program isn't funded, the Corps has left us out to dry
Again.
with a man-made problem that they've created. And if we can't get them to address this problem, we're gonna lose significant property value in Assumption Parish. So I still think that needs to be one of our top regional, projects to ask for. But I think we can put in some, local projects to request also, to try to get, funding secured for it. I know, Jeff, you mentioned Laverdale Canal. I know that you have some funding that was received for that, but it's not enough to get all the way, right?
This would finish up most of the project to open it up, going to a grassy lake.
So Leroy, what project are you talking about?
The Amelia levy,
Amelia levy thing?
boards, gates and pump stations on the next, just the bottom section. That's more of a regional project. It benefits more of Assumption Parish.
Coming to 30 million?
Well, it's actually more than that. It's
Two hundred
272 million.
But the engineering study.
Well, you say it's not gonna happen, but Gary Graves got it in the queue
Oh,
in MR&T.
You might have it in the queue, all right. But I mean, it's easy to get these smaller projects. I think Ladderville, with the houses flooding up there, I think we need to go after that priority one.
I think with Pierpont and Bell River, with everything that's flooded over the years, and Laverdale just started flooding. I think
There you go.
where it's at. You have a master plan that was
When the last
done.
time that you had a house flooded in Pierpont?
Where's that?
For 200 years.
When the last time you had a house flooded in Pierpont?
Every time it
2021.
rains.
No, you know, you haven't.
Already
You
ready.
haven't.
2021.
And the Bayou Chain project solved a lot of things. Without a doubt it did. Without a doubt.
And I think the Baker Canal dredging project, that's in partnership with the Lafourche Basin Levee District. I think that one needs to be one that, you know, they're the sponsor on it. We just need to support that project.
If I get money for mitigation, that would help me out too.
I have one too. For it.
And the Gotcha Canal dredging project, that's another one that, should be up there that hadn't received any funding, at this time, but
Better dredging need to happen.
that's more of a regional project with local.
I need to protect my people. We got 3 wards, 7, 8, and 9 that we're trying to protect.
That forest one is already up there, number one.
All right.
It's the same
They
thing,
wanna
Jamie.
knock it down.
Same thing.
Any other projects y'all want to highlight
Number
for
3.
the, number 3? Mr. Bro, that's already in,
Yeah, it's already paid for.
I just don't understand. You have the bids
Oh,
to
him
do
or
this
there?
project, right?
Yeah, you got it in your
I
hand.
have it in my, we're gonna review it though. I wanna make sure, you see, they said we had to shred the trees and all kind of bull. And it just. with
We're
the-
seeking funding for projects that have not been funded. Yours has been funded.
All right, okay.
All right, so, we have those 4 projects from the top list and the 2 from the bottom, the Amelia Levy and Bell River dredging.
Yes.
That's the ones we want to highlight?
Yeah.
Everybody go with that list? Yes.
Like the grassy lake.
All right.
Wanna do that right now?
Motion to accept those 6 projects as priority?
Calendar.
1, 6, 7, 9, 11, and 13.
1, 5, 6, 9, 11,
5,
and 13.
6. Okay.
Yes, motion.
Motion by Mr. Nakane,
Second.
second by Mr. Pineville. Any public comment regarding this item? Hearing none. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Last but not least, Kim O'Brien, did y'all receive a phone call from anybody from the high school regarding, students working, interns, or anything like that?
Yes. I'm not interested in
You
it.
know,
I don't have time to.
They had contacted me a couple of weeks ago, and I told them to come to y'all.
I'll pass it
I
on to
didn't know if they
Brian, but
contacted y'all.
I don't have time. We're still trying to train staff in-house. We don't have time to train a student.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Mr. Carter,
Second.
second by Mr. Nakane. All in favor?